92.3 now.
Hey, it's Ty from 92.3. I do the morning show, and Imagine Dragons, who do everything in the world that they want to do these days. You guys are very, very busy, it seems like.
Yes, it's been a pretty freaky year.
Well, 7 days ago, I don't know. I'm not a calendar guy, but anyway, about a week ago, you were out at the Grammys. Yeah. And I'd been watching you tweet for days and days about, we're not, it's really cool, we're nominated. Like, we did such a great category of like record of the year and so many great people with rock performance of the year. You're like, we're not winning. Did you really, honestly, did all four of you think this is never going to happen? Or was there one of you that was like, guys, we're friggin' winning a Grammy this year?
We were all absolutely positive that we were not winning a Grammy this year.
Really
and
bad.
we were so excited that we were getting to like even be in the same building that the Grammys were taking place in.
Yeah.
It was definitely unexpected.
If you look at the people we were up against, especially in the rock performance category, it was like David Bowie, Led Zeppelin.
It's just it's so subjective, and there are people that we grew up listening to our whole life. You know what I mean? They're legends to us. That we were to win it was amazing, but we weren't counting on it. And even after winning, it's a little hard to stomach, just because it's all those bands we grew up listening to, and they're incredible performers, and all of them deserve a Grammy times 10, so.
When I imagine that there was someone in your life that has to be that person that tells you, like, you have to write a speech or something. Like, did you guys have something prepared?
Our manager told us that, and we all just laughed. Literally, that's what, like, a week before, he's like, just in case, though, you should have a speech, and all of us were like, okay, anyway, so about the show tonight, it was just totally,
Well, I was watching Andy Samberg, who obviously is here in New York, and he just horses around all the time, and he said he had no idea it was about to happen when he ended up winning a couple of weeks ago for his TV show, and he was so wasted at the Golden Globes at the point that he got up on stage that he just blubbered, and then they were like, dude, step it away. Do you remember the moment of being on stage and like understanding in front of people that you were winning or you're being recognized?
We actually were so sure that we weren't winning that we stayed on the red carpet doing interviews while they announced that we won. And so my dad was like so upset with me afterward. He was like,
Danny just wanted to see you.
Yeah, he was like, well, I almost went up on stage for you because, so we came in late to the ceremony and missed when they announced even that we won because we were so sure.
It doesn't matter, though.
Yeah.
Where do you put a Grammy? Where is it? Where's everybody sitting?
We were talking about this. It's a tough thing because, you're proud of it, but so you want to have it out. But on the same note, it's like, if you walk into someone's house and it's like, oh, excuse me, for my Grammy, it's probably, it might be like blinding you because it's so shiny over here. Let me move. It's like such a, I don't know. I don't know whether to like put it in my like studio room in my house or like put it in a drawer or something. What are you guys going to do?
As a homeless person, I'm going to mount it as a hood ornament on my truck because it's the only place that I
He really is homeless.
Sure. Well, the one moment that I really recognized you guys for was the performance. Everybody, in the moment watching it, I thought this is so fun. And then everybody the next day, it was one of the top trending tweets. It was one of the top topics of the day. How did you feel while you're in front of all of your peers this is really like a major performance for you, following years and just countless nights in Vegas just gigging?
Yeah. I think the most important thing that happened was right before the curtain was, drawn up and we went on. We turned to Kendrick. We all kind of talked and said, look, this is a performance. Like this really is just an expression of ourselves as artists that we've done for years, all of us together. And we just tried to get out of our head that it was in front of, anybody special or any special, place. It was really just, let's give an honest performance of these songs and try to clear our head of everything else, which is a difficult thing to do, but I really think that we kind of went to that zone of just being in the moment in that song and really losing ourselves in the music in that moment. And I think that that's what kind of made it special.
Wayne, do you use the energy of like Kendrick coming in and joining the performance? Does that change something for you? Does that make it more aggressive and a little bit more of like an energy buzz the moment you start to perform?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Our first rehearsal, it's kind of amazing how in sync we were. Like we both wanted the exact same thing out of the performance. We both wanted a little bit dangerous, a little bit raw. Like we wanted to kind of wake people up.
Yeah, it had edge to it. I think that's why it stood out so strongly in a performance like at the Grammys, where a lot of the times it's sort of just status quo, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, here come Kendrick Lamar and Imagine Dragons on the stage at the same time, being very, very vulnerable.
Getting blasted by chalk, yes.
No, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was something. It's something you guys, I think, drew from on this last album, that the hip hop ties that you've had and what you grew up with.
Yeah, I think it really came together. A lot of people say, that some of the Grammy things are forced because, they'll put together two people that aren't really that similar. But we were fortunate in the fact that, that we were both fans of each other, and that, they had asked Kendrick if he wanted to perform with somebody. He said Imagine Dragons. They came to us, and we said we love Kendrick. So it came together really easy. And like you said, we all grew up listening to hip hop. I'm a huge fan of Tupac and Biggie, and I feel like Kendrick is kind of, in my opinion, is a real modern day kind of authentic rapper like Tupac and Biggie. And so to share the stage with him was awesome. And like Wayne said, when we met together, it just came together so quickly. We all knew what we wanted. We wanted to start it out as a typical Grammy performance in the sense that we're all we were all dressed nicely in white, and it was kind of this pristine thing. And then we just wanted to destroy it all throughout the performance.
Was he able to congratulate you guys on the win?
Yeah.
Got to hang out.
It was
with
really
him?
cool. Yeah. I talked to him a little bit, and we've been able to become friends through all of this. And he's a really, really cool dude. He's very humble, very down to earth. And
we see him respected throughout the community. Even he was expected to win in a lot of different places where you were kind of surprised and you went, oh, what happened? Even Macklemore, who ends up winning an award in the same category,
I apologized to him. Yeah, that's such a tricky thing. I don't know. At the end of the day, the Grammys are so subjective. And the truth is, there are so many artists that we've grown up with that are incredible artists that have never been nominated or never even been to the Grammys. At the end of the day, it's one man's, well, I guess it's a few man's opinions, but the world is a lot broader than that. And in my opinion, it's really hard to say. It's such a subjective thing to say what art is better than other art. It's not something that I would ever do, but some people, feel like they have the gauge for that, and I'll leave that to them. But
right.
I think Kendrick put out an incredible album, and I think that though he didn't win those Grammys, he's winning in a lot of other ways.
Same is true of you guys. Night Visions is basically at 2 million copies already, which has to seem just ludicrous when you look back at kind of the beginnings of that. And Daniel, where do you remember this band really forming, and some of the early memories of what Imagine Dragons was built on?
It all goes back to everyone discussing, what are our favorite bands going into it.
For you, what was it, for instance?
All of us agree. All of us grew up listening to the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, the Stones. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of other bands that all of us know our classic rock and love that. So that influence had to be there. For me personally, I liked a lot of prog rock growing up too. So I wanted to bring a little bit of Rush and King Crimson and a little bit of some of the drumming stuff into that with it. But there's a lot of electronic influence from Subtract and Arcade Fire and Muse and.
Oh wow! So it spans the decades.
Oh yeah, no,
it's
a huge list of bands that have influenced each one of us individually and as a band. But there's 20 or 30 bands that all of us will agree on. Yes, that band.
That's kind of sick that you mentioned the Beatles at the beginning of this, and then the night that you guys are at your Grammys and you're performing, so were the Beatles reuniting.
What was really funny about that, I remember when we finally crossed Paul and Ringo in the hallway, but we had just gotten sprayed with this poison red dyeing.
So you guys look a mess.
Chemical. So he goes to shake our hands, and we're all we want to shake your hand, but we don't want to stain it.
We respect you enough not to touch you.
And then you'll touch your bass and be like, "Why is this red?"
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's one of the things.
There.
I would have totally just run over to his dressing room and been kicked out. Who cares?
Yeah.
Somebody else will fill in if they need you.
Didn't your dad saw him in the hallway and just went up and gave him a big hug?
Yeah, my dad cried.
He cried.
That's nice of you to call that out.
Yeah.
He was there for the Ed Sullivan show, and the next day he was doing his hair like Paul.
You're
he
kidding
was
me.
Such a hardcore.
So he goes all the way back to that happening.
Oh, absolutely.
That's intense. What's going on? So for the next album, these are the rumors that I hear because I never know for sure until I hear it from you guys. But I'm hearing that maybe there's going to be a stronger draw from the rock side of things than the hip hop side that we got from the music that we hear right now.
I think everything's up in the air right now. I think we have a lot of material that we've been creating throughout the last couple of years on the road, and it's been a really changing time in our life. So because of that, I think it's different. It's different in a lot of ways because you continue to grow and change as an artist. to say what.
We're still in like the pre
It's hard. I
production.
mean, there definitely is some songs that are hard, a little harder than others, and then there's some songs that are a little total left field and different and more flowing. I mean, it's
when
just
we're
all over.
in songwriting, we try to just say yes to any idea that we can have. We try to draw from every influence we have, anything that inspired us. No matter where it came from the hip hop side of things, from world music, from rock. It doesn't matter.
So there's no extreme vision for the next album. It's just like, well, this is where it ends up leading to.
Yeah, we were strong believers in not pigeonholing ourselves in any way. So at the end of the day, it's like we'll never be like, well, this song doesn't sound like an Imagine Dragons song, so we can't put it on the album or something. Even like Radioactive almost didn't make the record initially because we were like, this is very different from Amsterdam and Hear Me but at the end of the day, we just said, what are the best songs to us?
Allie, what's your favorite song?
I like My Fall. It never made it.
Yeah.
My Fall never made the cut
Aw.
on the album. She was so mad. She came in. She was like, I'm just so pissed.
I like
love
My
the
Fall
EP.
too. I did like that one too. I think at the end of the day though, we like I said, we really were just like, you know what? Let's just put on this. Let's forget about genre. Let's forget about what is Imagine Dragons because we're still defining that. And let's just put on the songs that we like, and that's what we did. And I think that's what we'll do for the next record. And I think anybody who's followed Imagine Dragons throughout our career has seen that it's the box of what Imagine Dragons is pretty wide. It really is, and we're always trying to even break out of that box and to try something new. Not to say that our next record is going to sound like some smooth jazz record or something, but it'll probably be pretty different. I think it'll probably we like to challenge ourselves as musicians and try to push into something new.
Dan, I think you guys got a great opportunity with the Grammy win and all the attention and just the accolades that you're getting from the industry. You're going to be able to do anything you want. People are going to have eyes on, and they're also going to listen with the ear of these guys are masters and they're geniuses already. They like what you do. So I think that's fun. You'll get to play and you'll get to kind of push boundaries without the pressure of what some people, I think, face a lot of time in the music world of a hit that really sold them, and now all of a sudden their next album doesn't hit and it gets strange, but you've earned the award. I feel like I need can I have another hour or something like that? Barclays Center show on Wednesday. You guys are going to play that.
Yeah.
You've got a show that's already sold out at Izod Center later on this spring, and then Super Bowl weekend in the Tri-State, and I know can I talk about? I know you guys are doing a party tonight, right? You got
Yeah, we are.
The
Yeah.
Bud Light Hotel.
Yeah, I think it's announced. I think someone told me it's on a boat. Is that true?
It is.
It is on a boat. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. It's cool, yeah, because yesterday was Questlove, and tomorrow
I saw
Food
Questlove was
Fighters.
posting on his Instagram.
Have you ever played on?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's
Hashtag
Food
Bud Light
Fighters.
Hotel.
Have we played on a boat
Okay,
before?
good.
We have played on a boat before.
Really?
No, you know what? I DJ'd on a boat. I don't know if we've played on a
I
boat.
don't think we
It's our
have
first
played.
boat
This will be
performance.
our
Have you been
first
on a boat?
official-
Wayne, are you
We've
nervous?
been on a boat before.
I haven't been on a big boat like this. I haven't. I've been on little boats, little
Yeah,
tugboats.
you're on the big cruise ship, right?
big cruise ship.
Yeah. The Norwegian.
He is Norwegian, right?
Yeah, it's a Norwegian.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's nice.
Talk.
So they
Tucson talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak up on there, so I'll probably be there too.
Oh, cool.
Anything else that I've missed or that anyone wants to know about? I throw it to the peanut gallery as if they're
Everybody's like,
just wrap it up, dude.
yeah.
SNL this Saturday.
10 minutes. Well, thank you guys. We're looking forward to seeing what's next, but grab Night Vision and check out the show at Barclays Center on Wednesday with Imagine Dragons. Grammy Award winning Imagine Dragons on 92.3.